was talking about prayer, what I really wanted to focus on was the fact that prayer is essential for maintaining our closeness with God, especially when we go away from camp and things can get a little bit more difficult. A lot of the testimonies that we've heard from camp have involved people turning to God in prayer when they didn't know where else to go, and that is where our relationship with God can really grow and develop. Just like any other relationship, our closeness with God relies on good communication, and prayer is really, really essential for this. However, our prayers are answered in different ways. So God can say, no, this isn't part of my plan for you. I want you to do something which is much better. He can say, yeah, that's great, go for it. I'm blessing this decision. Or he can say, hold off on that for a little bit. Like, eventually, the time is right and you can do it, but not yet. And that's a little bit like a traffic light system. It's completely in God's control and not ours how he answers our prayers. And so this can be frustrating, and it can be a real test of our patience and faith, but through that, God is growing and developing us as people. And it's important that our faith in him doesn't suffer because he's not answering our prayers spectacularly and immediately. Because quite often, God answers our prayers in really subtle ways that we might not be able to see immediately, but if we look back on our lives, then that's when we'll be able to see that God was at work with us. When it comes to praying, like, you don't have to say things in a way that's holy or that you think is going to sound good for other people, because prayer is about you and God. It's not about putting on a show or sounding really good or sounding really holy. And you should never be afraid to stand up and pray, because if it comes from your heart, then God is listening and he's going to answer your prayers generously and graciously. And there should be nothing that gets in the way of you pouring your heart out to him, because he already knows what's on your heart. He already knows what's going through your mind. And if you're praying about things that aren't real to you and don't mean anything to you, then you're wasting your breath. God knows what is going on in your life, and he knows what you need to talk to him about. It's just about you making that step of faith and just being open and exposed to him, which can be really, really scary, but at the same time it's going to bring you so close to God, and it's going to make just things easier to deal with. Because when we approach God in faith and we pray to him, his peace is waiting for us, and he's really excited when we go to meet him, because he loves spending that intimate time with us, and he loves just like chatting about your day or talking about the things that are on your mind. Like, he loves to have that relationship with us. That's why he sent Jesus down to us, so that we can rebuild those bridges. And it's just really important that when you're praying, God is your main priority. It's not about sounding good, like, you've got to pray for what's in your heart.